to the Travel with Wendy channel.
I love connecting and interviewing small business owners around the globe. I like to share reviews and hit the trails hiking. Thanks for joining me today because
It's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I want to tell you about another stop we had on our 2021 summer cross-country road trip adventure. This time it was Amarillo, Texas. It has an amazing state park right in the Panhandle, the Palo Duro Canyon. With days ahead on our journey, an overnight stay in a tiny house Airbnb and a hike in this canyon was absolutely going to be a highlight for our journey. Join me today as I share my itinerary and hike in one of Texas's most beautiful spots and the second largest canyon in America. Hiking in July in Texas might not be your idea of fun, but I have a warped sense of adventure. So as soon as we saw the chasm and the natural beauty of this park, I knew I'd be hiking a trail. Yeah, it was mega hot and I live in Alabama, but I was going to do it. I didn't really have to talk my friend Melissa into it either. She lives in Colorado now and hikes all the time. After leaving Santa Fe, New Mexico, we made our way to Texas and stopped in Tucumcari first. We stopped along the historic Route 66. We were making great timing, so we decided to catch a bite of lunch and check things out. If you've ever seen the movie from Disney, Cars, Port Route 66 reminded me of the forgotten but once great tourist destination of Route 66. I think this route had already been hurting locally from a depressed economy and was devastated even more by COVID. It really broke my heart. Businesses were barely hanging on there. We found a place to eat, Dell's Restaurant. As a practicing vegan vegetarian and stopping for a bite in America's Southwest, I knew it was going to be a challenge to find anything remotely green, and I was right. But when in Rome, do what the Romans do. I enjoyed my only non-vegetarian meal of the trip. It was a beef burrito with beans and a rice combo, and you can't win them all, right? Dell's also had a pretty cool souvenir gift shop, so after we picked up a few things, we headed back on the road and made our way to Texas. We still had a few hours to make it to Palo Duro by early afternoon.
Okay, so we just arrived at the Palo Duro Canyon in Texas. This is about 45 minutes to an hour from Amarillo. And I can see the canyon from here. And we are going to try maybe the Spicer Lowry trail or a portion of it before we go check into our tiny house.
I purchased a day pass for the Canyon Park online a few months before. It was super easy. Here's what you need to know before you go to the Canyon and State Park. You may get lucky and just drive up to the entrance to the park and get a day pass, but in case you have lived under a rock during COVID, you know that hiking and outdoor recreation has increased 60%. Yes, people are getting back to nature. Here's what happened when we decided to hike in the park. We made our way to the Paseo del Rio Trail in the valley of the canyon. The hiking map is easy to download and carry with you, and I've also included that in the descriptions.
So we are now on the Soapberry Trail and we're heading to the Paseo del Rio Trail. That's 1.0 miles, and then we're gonna probably turn around and come back. We've gotten bit a few times from big old Texas horseflies, and you can tell I'm feeling like I'm getting bit right now. But they've got these beautiful little cactus right there, and we've got the cliffs to the back of us. Super cool. And it is a little warm, but it's July in Texas, so you know, you can't expect too much. And we're near Amarillo. This is the North Texas area. So it's just really, really beautiful out here. We've got wildflowers and lots of little wild critters. The cicada, you can hear them right now. We have those in Alabama too, of course. And some birds that we can hear while we're walking and hiking. And this is a really easy trail, and as you can see, it's very well worn. So I would recommend it. Absolutely. Our day pass to get in here was €8, or euros, I think I'm in Europe, $8. So yeah, that's it. We're here at Palo Duro Canyon. Beautiful.
This trail touted that it was just an hour out and back, and it also included the cowboy route that was taken during the 1800s. Everything was listed on the trailhead as well. We made sure we carried water in our packs, and we carried poles as well. When you're hiking in the heat and summer in the south, it's super important to carry poles. This is a tip that I really love to share. Snakes don't like motion or noise, and neither do other critters. We didn't see any snakes. We did see a snake skin though, so I'm not gonna lie, it was hot, hot, hot. So after our hike out and back, we hopped in the car and we decided to drive around the park and sit in the AC of our car. If we had more time, we would definitely have investigated more trails. There are several campsites in the park that have electricity and water. There's restrooms with showers that are available too, whether you want to stay primitive or you want to stay with a campsite in your camper. Their website indicates that peak season for camping at Palo Duro is from January 1st to December 31st, which I thought was pretty funny because that means all year long. So, as you can see, the park is always busy. Let me tell you a little bit about our tiny house, Airbnb. Our Airbnb was called the Lone Star Mini Cabin at Palo Duro Canyon Rim. And again, the description below.
Here is our tiny house. Here is our tiny house. So cute.
It was along the ridge at the park entrance. It was part of a campground and attraction site, and this brilliant place had incredible views and a beautiful sunset. Staying at an Airbnb definitely has its advantages. I was also ready to do a little bit of cooking for ourselves. We hopped in the car and we made a short trip to a local grocery store. We grabbed a few vegetarian options and grilled out on the porch. Cherie is a perfect host, and she had everything we needed at the tiny house. This was a lovely, lovely stay. So after a peaceful night's sleep, we rose for some coffee and breakfast bars, and we hit the road early. We were determined to get to the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge at a decent hour in Oklahoma.
Where the waving wheat sure smells sweet, and the wind comes sweeping around. Whoops.
Thanks so much for watching today on my cross-country U.S. road trip. Need more inspiration or travel tips? Check out my YouTube playlist right here. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.